Space Minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here for another episode of our Patreon one-shots as I scramble to unmute the rest of the cast. This is a one-shot set in Glenbrook, my homebrew setting, which you can buy. You can go buy it on the internet. It's over on DriveThruRPG, !Glenbrook in the chat there. And while I look off camera to set, there we go, I fixed it. It's all good. No one saw anything. Yeah, we're going to be doing a one-shot in our Patreon one-shot series. This is back in Glenbrook. This is, I believe, the 6th one-shot we've run in Glenbrook, not counting the campaign we have currently in Glenbrook. But if you like what we do here and you guys want to support the channel, the best way to do that is Patreon. Link for that down below. While you're down there, click on that Discord link. Join us in the Discord. Be a part of the community. Be a part of the conversation. And as always, did you guys already fill that? Jesus, that Swede does not like you guys.
Blame the Swede!
In the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see the corruption bar that was filled by our resident Swede, who is apparently very mad at this cast. Yikes. Every time that bar fills, I get to do whatever the hell I want to these wonderful players, and every single dollar that goes into that goes back to this channel for all kinds of things, to include phasing me out of my job. That's it. That's all I got. Without further ado, I bring us into the show. It's my show. Cool. Previously. No, there's no previously. This is a one-shot. The year is 1985. The place, New England. More specifically, Rhode Island. I feel like this is going to be more and more like fucking Twilight Zone, where it's the same intro every time. Beyond sight, beyond sound. Or the other, we control the vertical and the horizontal. I forget what the hell that show was, but it's the same thing. The home of Mercy Brown, America's first vampire. The site of many dark and lurid tales from the mind of HP Lovecraft. The home of the infamously haunted Perron Family, and now the site of one of the largest government research facilities in the world, the Loop. Today is October 31st. It is a Thursday, and it is, as you all know, Halloween. Normally we start either in a hideout of sorts or in class or in your homes, but today we're starting en media res. You all stand, bikes, skateboards in hand, outside of a house. A very creepy, gross house. This is an abandoned lot. You all know this. Regardless of how new you are in town, I know, Blake, you are the, Blake, you are the newest person in town. Sorry, you guys got switched for some reason. Whop, whop. Blake, you are the newest person in town, but even you have heard of this place. This is the Smythe House. S-M-Y-T-H-E. The Smythe House. This is an abandoned home that has been abandoned for, Jojo, as long as you can remember, as the longest resident of this group. This house sits on the corner of Elm and King, Elm Road and King's Court. It has been abandoned, and rumor has it that this house is, in fact, haunted. You guys are the latest group in a series of poorly developed decisions and undeveloped frontal lobes who have their attempt at proving how tough they are by spending the night, just one night, inside the Smythe House. So, we'll go around to each of you. You guys can describe what you're doing here, what you're looking like, and what you have with you for the evening. We'll start with our resident troublemaker, Jojo. Please describe your character and what you have with you for your overnight stay in the Smythe House.
Jojo is the goodest of boys. He never does anything wrong.
Okay.
He is a well-behaved young gentleman who is dressed in dusty clothes, torn jeans, pair of Converse and a hoodie, probably a baseball cap on as well. With him for the evening, he's going to have his skateboard, which he takes with him everywhere, a camping lantern that he's probably nicked from our own hideout, and maybe an old army blanket, one of the wool roll-up blankets.
Yeah.
That's him prepared for the night.
Okay, perfect. We'll jump over to our quickly becoming new troublemaker in town, Fish. Please describe your character and what they have with them.
Fish is a 13-year-old girl. She's got long brown hair, brown eyes. She's wearing just plain jeans, her Converse runners, and a denim loop shirt. She wears it everywhere she goes, no matter what. It's a work shirt that has the Loop logo on it, and it says Fisher on the other side, her last name. And she's got her windbreaker jacket over top, and she's probably got a beanie on, a beanie cap to keep her head warm, and it probably belongs to like the Nipsachuk Valley High School or something like that. So,
okay.
And she's got a rolled up sleeping bag tied to her bag that she stole from their hideout, and probably one of the lanterns hooked onto the handlebar of her bike.
Okay, perfect. Next, we will head over to John Gareth Newman. Bravo, please describe your character, what he looks like, and what he has for his overnight stay.
John is a kind of gangly 15-year-old with jet black pompadour hair and a devilish grin. He sort of sits aside a BSA Bantam motorcycle with a sidecar that's newly fitted to the right, courtesy of Rex Fabrications. And he has with him a kit bag with his father's name on it, J. Newman, also, and various tools that he's brought with him. He's got his screwdriver, combat knife, also on loan from his father, and a British Army foul weather camping bag and bedroll kit. So he'd like to think he's slightly prepared for this, and he's just he just examines this house and thinks, yeah, glad my parents didn't buy this one and we went with the Penobscot place instead.
Okay. So, we have our cast of characters here, and hopefully they survive the night. But before they enter this house...
you didn't introduce Blake?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't introduce Blake. Hot damn. The last person, the newest member. You know why? That's why. He's too new. The newest member of the town of Glenbrook. Please, Blake, introduce yourself.
I'm Blake. I came here with my grandfather's old leather satchel, which I always keep a book, and the random book for tonight will be The Stand by Stephen King. Also, I am about 6 foot tall for a 13-year-old, with brown hair and thick, round black glasses.
Okay, now let's hope they survive. But before they can enter, I get to introduce a new rule for this episode. Great for Jojo, Fish, and Blake, less so for John. You have prepared yourselves for this overnight stay. You have a little bag of tricks that you each have with you. You may spend your luck for a reroll, as per the rules as written, or you may spend a luck point to draw something from whatever you have with you, and now you have that item. Save that for a time of need. Unfortunately, if you have no luck, like John, you don't get any draws.
John's got a big tub of rock salt. What more does he need?
That's fine. You just have what you described upon entrance. So
I wrote that down, but I didn't quite mention it. Rock salt and entrenching tool is all you need.
Great. So you all stand outside of the Smythe house at the corner of Elm Road and King's Court. Nothing suspicious about it. What you see is a 2-level old... You're not big on houses, the four of you. You may not know what it's called. It looks vaguely Victorian, if you had to guess. However, there is a 3rd floor, but the 3rd floor is a single room. Those of you from the New England area, namely Jojo, you would know this as a widow's peak. This is often seen in seaside towns. It is what the wife of the house would watch for her sailor husband to come home through. This house is tiered, and in its day, it would have looked very nice. However, now, far less so. There are rusty spokes of the once wrought iron fence that kind of bend and are like fallen apart. There is no grass or plants to be seen on here, mostly just raw dirt or patches of dead things. The house has a certain odor to it. It smells of decay. You can see that this house has not been upkept at all. There's been no attempt to do any kind of selling or repurposing of this house. It is just left to rot. You see that the glass shutters, or the glass windows in a few places have been smashed in, and several of the windows are boarded up. And those boards are the newest pieces to this house. The door has the once purple door has a large brass handle on it and a lion-faced knocker on the door. And you all stand there before the wrought iron gate, just looking on and wondering why. Why did you take this dare? The floor is yours. What are you guys doing outside this house before you gather the courage to enter?
Not regretting our decisions, that's for sure. We don't back down from a dare. You kidding?
I live in a house that's more haunted than this one. Old Mrs.
I've read about
Penobscot was
scary.
under the rear porch.
So they say.
We're going to be the first ones to stay in this house.
On
And she kind
Halloween.
of shrugs her bag up.
Yeah, probably
Not
not the
any better.
first ones. Who knows who else has snuck in here at this point?
Yes,
Yeah, but they
were
say that
driven
no one-
quite mad and sent to
Oh,
the old
shush.
asylum.
I don't believe in ghosts anyway.
You've got to get your story right for when you tell every other kid that you did it and they're wusses.
Well, they
Yeah.
didn't believe us the last time bad stuff happened, so ignore him. And Jojo pats John on the back, sort of like pushes him a bit towards the gate. Come on then.
I think we can get some door handles out of this for my mum. You know, she'll pay better than scrap value.
Fish will roll her bike and lean it against the fence, and she's going to walk in.
Okay.
I'm going to be the first in.
Okay.
I wheel my bike up to the front door instead. Never know. Quick getaway.
Okay. You roll yours up to the bottom of the stairs at the front door. Riding your bike off of the front porch is probably inadvisable. Not
Unadvisably cool.
Is that a dare?
unsafe at the very least.
Perfect.
Yeah, you enter in on the front porch. You kind of place your hand around the cold brass knob of the door, and as you push this door in, it has a loud creak on the unoiled hinges. Inside the house, it is very dark. It is about 6 p.m. in October, meaning it is getting dark outside, and through the boarded windows or the shuttered windows, few little streams of light trickle in beyond that. The house smells old. There is a mildewy smell, there's a dust-coated smell, and you can't see much of anything other than the fact that the door opens into like a main living room. You see like
It
a
smells like
couch.
the dorms at my old school.
There you go.
Don't worry, I'm gonna smell like this for weeks.
Can't be worse than what you normally smell like.
Yeah, they
Who's you
don't.
down at my place?
They never
Change.
talk about the smell. And she's gonna lean in, kind of look around, and then take one step inside.
Okay. That same kind of creak from the door as you step forward, the floorboard kind of sags a little bit underneath you, and you hear that wood on wood. With every step you kind of take inside of this, and every move you make, it kind of squeaks on this old, almost spongy floorboard. You look around in the very dim light. You see that there are, in this family room, there are a few... You'd have to imagine couches and chairs. The shape makes sense, but they are all covered in white sheets. There's a few bookshelves. The strangest thing is by the fireplace, there is a spinning wheel, like for spinning an actual yarn.
Oh, we got
Okay.
firewood.
And I wouldn't touch it because, that guy with the name, Rumpelstiltskin.
It's true.
I think you're thinking of Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
And Rumpelstiltskin's using the spinning wheel, turn and letting it go. Nah, it wasn't letting.
Hey to go. Hey to go.
That's the one. My well-read friend.
You got your sofa ghosts as well.
Yeah.
You worried about your
Who
ghosts
wants to-
earlier?
Who wants to deal with the sofa ghosts? Because, I mean, as a gentleman, I would say lady takes the sofa.
You want to sleep in the living room? That's not exciting. Come on, we got to go all the way to the top.
We sleep somewhere near the door, so we Scooby-Doo the hell out of here.
Jojo laughs loud and looks to Fish. He's already scared.
I know.
First room.
I'm British. I'm more naturally a cautious person. I live in a country that's full of ghosts. It's so old, every house you go in is pretty much haunted.
You know that
That's why this
the
is
world's
New
the same
England, and I'm
age,
from
right?
old England.
Yeah, but the whole world's the same age. Like, it didn't.
Cavemen
Not like one
ghosts
place is new,
aren't very
one place is
scary.
She's gonna go over to the couch and pull off one of the sheets,
Uh,
and she's gonna put it over her head.
I have a flashback of
Ooh.
you dramatically removing sheets.
It's funnier when you cut eye holes in it.
You flourish the sheet off, and as you do, a plume of dust kind of explodes from this thing. It kind of wafts around. You can see it falling in those little trickles of light coming through the window and the boarded up the shutters. It sort of settles. You're able to spin the less dusty side of the cloak over yourself, and you all see Fish in a sheet.
Ooh. And she starts making ghosting sounds, like walking towards them.
It is objectively not terrifying.
Watch out, Scooby.
It's probably more cute than terrifying. It's like,
Come on,
my
Scooby.
name's John, and I'm afraid because I'm from London.
Not even close, darling. Coventry.
It's next to it. It's fun.
She'll pull it off.
Just, I think you're no longer playing a character, G.
Yeah, you're
I
just
think I'm
yourself.
from London town. Woo!
I've secretly been wanting to say that forever. I'm just kidding.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic.
And
Yeah,
she'll just drop it on the floor.
you see that there is a room. There are several rooms on the bottom floor. There is a door to your left, to the left of the front door when you walked in. There's a set of stairs just beyond that, and there are two open archways with, faded and broken and cracked filigree. One you can see, judging by like what you can kind of see in the dim light, one leads to a kitchen, and one you would assume leads to some kind of a dining room.
So we inventory the kitchen, and if not, we break out the MREs.
I highly doubt anything is not past expiration date.
What he says.
That's just a guideline.
What's an
Attic
MRE?
or basement?
Meal ready to
Medical
eat.
Research.
Medical research.
Oh. She looks at Jojo. What?
I don't know. We have food in our fridge. Sometimes. We eat that.
I'll spend luck to have Egos. No, I'm just kidding.
They're frozen solid.
Yeah.
So, attic or basement?
Haunted Egos.
Do you think there's a
You don't win
basement?
this unless you don't win this unless you're staying in the basement or the attic, right?
Yeah.
That's what the creepiest stuff is.
So, Mike, who dared us to do this?
You tell
I'm
me.
thinking it-
Who dared you to do it?
I'm thinking Fish did.
Fish came up with it, yeah.
Yeah,
You
Fish
know-
dared herself.
And then Fish lied to John that his friend Hell put him up to it.
I have no argument against Fish daring everyone to do this. That does seem like a weird thing you would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Fish put everyone up to this. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and we couldn't just stay in a haunted house with electricity like where I live. No.
I feel like Fish dared JoJo, and JoJo's not one to back down from a challenge. And then John overheard it. And decided that he's not one to back down from a challenge. But that leaves Blake. So, Blake, why are you here? Are you just the new kid who's trying to prove his mettle by staying in this creepy ass house?
Parents want me to make new friends. This is going to be the only way to do it.
Oh God, what a
Oh,
okay.
We have a soft spot for new kids.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You guys do take in
little
orphans.
British heart.
you keep
The last
collecting.
one went missing.
You keep collecting children like Pokemon cards.
Well, I
we have
am
to- we
your
have to-
replacement. Yeah, I am
Yeah.
your replacement weird British kid from the weird European kid back home.
That's true.
Yeah.
We do collect foreigners.
Don't worry. I signed the waiver from you guys. Don't worry.
Which is just G writing or Fish writing. Not my problem if you die. Line.
I would assume that Rossi would have had to would be their lawyer,
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
or he's their notary public.
So the four of you stand in this decrepit living room. What are you guys doing?
Do you guys want to look around a little bit?
Yeah, I'm going to look at the bookshelf, see what books they have there.
I mean, I know you guys want to sleep in the attic, but it would be nice to be warm. You know me, I'm not like you guys camping out in that mill all the time.
I mean, it's a
Perfectly fine.
busted house. Like,
Huh?
it's not going to be warm anyway, dude.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fireplace. Check the chimney. Start a fire.
She's gonna walk over to the fireplace and pull. I'm assuming there's like a grate in front of it or something like that. and-
Yeah, there is one of those it kind of bump out kind of thing. You pick it up and move the whole thing away.
Yeah. Does it look like something that we could start a fire with?
If you have wood. I mean, it looks like a brick hole in a wall with a chimney. So if you know how to use a chimney and have wood around, you could easily do that.
Mate, I'm from England. It's how we have central heating.
That's fair. Blake, you said you were headed over to the bookshelves to take a look at the books.
Yep.
How versed in the written word are you? Are you a big book nerd?
Well, yeah, and since my dad is the new librarian of the town, kind of know books.
Okay, fantastic. You head over to this bookshelf. The bookshelf itself is being held up by compound dust and hope. If you look at this thing wrong, it could probably collapse. But you see that there are the clearly old yellowed pages of books that are like the spines are so fractured that like it's hard to even read the titles on the sides of the spines. It appears to be possibly these books were with the house when it was first abandoned. And as far as you know, this house was abandoned somewhere in the early 1900s. So a good 80-something years ago, if not slightly earlier than that. But you can see that on the shelf there are also a couple of filigreed photo frames, which each have pictures in them. There are several pictures of a man. The man is in a arguably nice-looking suit for the time. I don't know if anyone here is a fashionista, but he has a suit with a tie on there, and he has a relatively like surly face. Like there's no smile. It's very much like man of the times. And there are a couple of other pictures of the same man with who you would assume to be a wife and two small daughters.
Well, that dude's a ghost.
Smythes, maybe? Smythes? Smiths? Smythes?
Smythes.
Maybe get his name right before he starts chasing you out of the place. You know, something respectful.
Sure.
Yeah. Looks more like The Shining to me.
What's that?
It's a Stephen King book.
Oh.
The previous caretaker had a wife and two twin daughters. Or no, not twin. Was it twins? I need to reread that.
It was a movie a couple of years back. He had that fella in it. Jack Nicholson. Kelly Duvall. Kubrick directed it, you know?
Did they eat the British kid first? As long as we get fair warning.
I'm pretty quick. And she kind of smiles at John, and then she's going to move into the next room.
Which room are you moving into?
So we're still in this main room. You said
Correct.
there was a door to the left. She's going to open the door.
There's a door to the left, and there are 2 open archways directly in front of you. As you make your way over there, you said the door to the left. As you make your way over to the door to the left, you kind of open that, and it creaks again. And you see that this is an office of some kind. There are desks, an old moldy chair sort of sits there. Again, everything here is caked in dust, and one of the front windows that was just off the left-hand side of the porch is here as well. It is all boarded up, and a few streams of light still peek through from the fading sun.
Cool. She'll leave the door open and come back.
Okay. Nothing attacks you. No, there's no monsters.
Anything good in there? Anything worthwhile?
Just
More
an
pictures
office.
of weird things?
Yeah, she's going to turn on her lantern and shine it into the room so she can get a better look.
Into the office room?
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a desk with drawers. There's an office chair, and there is a bare shelf in there.
She's going to go in and sit in the chair and look in the drawers.
The chair creaks and groans as you sort of sit in this thing. You pull open the center drawer, and there is a very like ornate looking letter opener. And that's the only thing that's in there. You open the top drawer on the left-hand side, empty. You open the top drawer on the right-hand side, also empty. And when you try to open the bottom left drawer, it is locked.
It's a locked drawer. She says to no one in particular.
Busted.
John will just stick his head round the corner, and it's like it's where he keeps the scotch. Everyone who keeps a scotch in their bottom desk drawer, it's a tradition or old charter or something.
Blech.
All cool things.
Why would you want to drink that? That's gross. She's gonna take she's gonna take the letter opener and see if she can jimmy the thing open.
Scotch
Okay.
is manly, damn it.
Okay. You can roll me the first roll of the evening. Roll me a force.
Force. Let's go. 1 success.
1 success. You jimmy that letter opener in there, and you pop that lock open, and the drawer sort of slides out. And inside, you see that there is a book, a leather-bound book, and it is marked Theodore Smythe on the bottom right-hand corner of the cover, like pressed into the leather.
You got a nerd book. She announces to everybody.
Blake,
Where's
you're up.
Blake
son.
rushes in.
Yeah.
As Blake rushes over, Jojo, were you doing something?
No, Jojo probably would have looked to John when he said it's a man's drink and said, I don't know if you noticed, but Fish isn't a 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
I should get there.
That you know of.
Yeah, maybe
This is
she's
Glenbrook.
yeah, maybe Fish is a ghost impersonating a teenage girl, huh? And that's why she's lured us here.
Perfect.
Well, she's learning how to cause trouble. Notice she's breaking locks open already.
Yeah,
No.
she's gonna smile at Jojo and kind of wave the letter opener in the she's not gonna say it, but it's like just like he taught me. That's what the vibe she's giving off. And then she's gonna put the letter opener, because you said it was ornate, so it kind of looks kind of cool. She's gonna put it in her satchel.
Okay, cool. So while Fish is flirting with Jojo, Blake, you run over there to hear about this nerd book. I said what I said. You get to the doorway and you see that Fish is sliding a letter opener into her bag, and you see this quote unquote nerd book. It is a leather bound book. Again, Theodore Smythe is stamped into the bottom right hand corner of the front cover.
She'll pass it to him. There you go.
All right.
What do
So,
we got?
well, since it has the family name, this is either the previous owner's book, private journal,
Family
or
Bible.
Ew. I hope not.
Nah, it's not thick enough for the Bible.
And
My
she's
dad has
gonna-
The bed.
Yeah, she's gonna stand like kind of off Blake's shoulder, like kind of hands on hips, and she's just gonna like look over, like she's
And
taking interest in what he's interested in.
I open the book
Mhm.
and start reading.
Yeah, you go through, and your guess was correct. This is the journal of one Theodore Smythe. The much of the beginning goes through normal day-to-day journaling lives of the 1900s. However, you get to a point where the writing is a little bit more erratic. Isn't the right word, but more emotional. You come to realize as you skim through these pages that an illness befell the youngest daughter, and she had since passed. The rest of the family was struggling with this. He describes the sorrow of loss in his family, and you can see from that point on, the book kind of gets more and more depressing as more and more members of the Smythe family seem to die by varying means. The first one you would assume was something like tuberculosis, perhaps, and then there are far more unsavory ways that they all seem to go. He speaks of needing to get his family back together, feeling a sense of oneness with his family again. He also describes procuring some old, he calls it literature the first time. That quickly transitions to texts as it goes on, and the discussion around the texts becomes a little bit more frantic as he's talking about them. They seem to be able to help his family become one again, but he doesn't go into detail of what that could mean. And the last entry in there is, "Beneath the earth they are kept. I need to get them out of there."
Okay. Well,
You
found the
flip,
Necronomicon.
you flip past that page, thinking maybe this is the last page in the book, and perhaps you'll see some sort of inscription on the back cover. And flipping beyond that page reveals that there were probably a good dozen, maybe 20 or so pages left that have been torn from that book.
Okay. Page hunting it is.
What do you think he means? Like bringing his family back together? And she's kind of like gone quiet, and like she's before hands on hips. Now her arms are kind of crossed over her chest, and she's just like kind of leaning in. It's like, what do you think he means by that?
I've read enough horror fiction to know he lost it, found something ritualistic like a Necronomicon to play some necromancy. And I have no doubt by the fact that he's stating they're buried in the ground, they're probably buried in the property.
You mean he wants to bring his family back? That doesn't sound bad.
Well, if we were to stick in the horror trope plan, they don't come back whole. Let's just leave it at
So like missing a leg.
that. If only.
So he's done, according to this, he might have done something dumb.
Oh, most definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Great choice of
I
house
saw
fish.
The Evil Dead. It didn't turn out well for most of them.
Ah, those movies. It's fine. It's real life. What's the worst that could happen?
Fish is gonna like brush her hair back while everyone's talking, and she's gonna leave the office.
Okay, you head back into the main room.
Jojo follows Fish and just says quietly behind it. It's not like we've seen anything weird before, and just follows her out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't seem like a bad thing to want to bring your like if someone died, like your sister or like your wife, and you miss them a lot. and you could bring them back. Doesn't seem like a bad thing.
Depends what you do to try and bring them back, right?
I guess.
I want to double check the drawer this book was in and make sure there wasn't like a hidden compartment underneath it.
Yeah, you kind of jimmy the door. You kind of yank the drawer out a little bit more. You see that there is a nice patina of dust in a perfect rectangle where the book used to be. You kind of poke around at the edges, like the corners of this thing. There is no wobble to it at all. This seems like a solid drawer.
Hey, yeah, chuck me some paperwork there. We'll use it as kindling to start a fire. And Blake, tell me there's no one in your family by the name of Ashley Williams, is there?
Not that I can recall now.
Might be you then. You may be the one to survive this one.
Jojo, what are you doing as John seems to be heart set on setting a fire in the old fireplace?
Jojo is making sure that the exit to the door is clear, because when he sets the house on fire, he wants to be able to get out. But his main thing he's doing is looking for either a door to a basement or stairs to get upstairs.
Okay. There is a set of stairs directly next to the office. And there is, like I said, the two archways leading into the kitchen and possibly the dining room. And you see there is one more door under the stairs.
He'll open that door. He'll just walk off.
Okay. Yeah, you open that.
Open. He's got a lantern, so shine his lantern down that.
Okay. You open that final door. This seems to be a cupboard. This is a closet. There is the only article of clothing in here is a duster. There is a large, probably the person who would wear it is probably 6 foot plus tall, duster with the whole cowl thing. And this is a pretty fairly sizable jacket here. But that's the only thing that's in here.
He just shouts across the others, "This guy who lived here was huge.
And dressed like a necromancer."
Fish will look over Jojo's shoulder. Hey, that could fit Blake, I bet.
Yeah, that's a good point. And he peels it off and walks up over to Blake and says, "There's a jacket here if you want it."
It is very stiff as you peel it off. If you know anything about dusters, they are usually oiled. This one seems to have not been for, I don't know, 80 something years. So it's a little crunchy is a word I'd use to describe this jacket.
It's not very nice.
It holds,
stands up by itself.
You take it off, it holds the shape. Yeah. It's as if the hanger is still in there.
It's like handing over a piece of plywood.
Yeah.
Here you go.
There ain't doubloons in the pocket, 18th century ship money, something like that.
Why is it
No,
like
you know
this?
what? I checked the pockets.
Yeah, you check the pockets. And there is a key that kind of rattles out of one of the pockets.
Convenient.
Key to the family crypt.
Can I look over the key and see if it's ornate? Does it have a skull for a head, basically?
It does not. It does not. Nothing about this key screams that this hides a necromancer's workshop. It is a simple wrought iron key for what you would assume to be possibly any one of the doors in this house or any other old style door. It's not like a key with teeth on it. It's one of those long ones that has the head on it.
Nah.
It'd be weird if this is the key to the drawer. I'm going to go check the drawer real quick.
You go over there, and though this style of key would have fit in that drawer, you put this in, and this about 1.5 inches, 2 inches sticks out of this drawer. That key would have to be probably about a third of the size to have been for that drawer.
Fish is going to turn and start heading up the stairs.
Okay. You begin to head up the stairs. You creak and groan as you go up there. And we'll cut to John. John, are you lighting things on fire? What's happening down there?
Just smashing up any sort of decrepit furniture that doesn't look like you can sell.
Okay.
Check the chimney.
Okay. Yeah, you check the chimney. The flue is open. You can that probably hence the draft that you feel. But you smash up. So there's a couch, a decrepit couch. There is a equally decrepit armchair and a wooden spinning wheel. What are you smashing to make fire?
The spinning wheels look. The spinning wheel is probably going to be easiest, but then it's also going to stab me and Sleeping Beauty me, and I am damn beautiful.
Sure. And you would imagine that the needle is fairly rusty. But you can take precaution, if you so choose, to smash up the spindle and sort of toss that, the wreckage of that, into the fireplace. What are you using as kindling?
Any paperwork I can find, or sort of like any
a lot of these
particular
old
thin
books
old
are
books.
not readable at this point.
Yeah.
So you take a couple of books off the shelf, you kind of rip the pages out of them, crumple them up, throw them in there, and you are able to... it's going to take you some time. You know what? Let's find out. Roll me... Roll me something. Roll me... Let's go with a tinker. Roll me
You
tinker.
got it.
Okay,
Uno.
so one success. So you are able to get a fire started. It's going to take you the normal amount of time to get a fire started. You're going to take a couple minutes to blow in there, get that thing going, get the flue heated up so the air actually goes forward and out of the house. Meanwhile, we're going to cut
Let's use matches.
That's right. Meanwhile, we're going to cut to Blake and JoJo. You guys are still on the main floor, not helping with fire, not yet exploring the top floor. What are you two doing?
Let's find the door to this key.
Okay.
Can only imagine it's upstairs. There's no downstairs. It's only up.
Yeah.
Okay. The two of you join Fish as she has ascended the stairs to the second floor of this house. You all see that as these stairs end, you are in a large hallway that sort of L-shapes. At the end of the L shape, there is a bedroom. At the corner of the L shape, there's a bedroom. At the very end of the L shape, there seems to be another door. They're both doors. You don't know if they're bedrooms. And there is one additional door sort of right when you come off of the stairs to your right. So 3 doors here, all of which are closed.
Yeah, she's just gonna stand at the top of the stairs for a minute and just kind of shine her light around, listening to like the wood cracking of the from John downstairs. And then she's gonna go and like try the doorknob of the door on the first door, whichever is the first, the left or the right one.
Sure. You head over to the right, the first door there, and this is, you open the door, it opens. There's no give or no lock on that door. You enter this room. There is a small simple bed against the corner, and there is a single like side table drawer. It appears to have been possibly like a guest room. There's no like it's not a lived-in room. Like there's no like signs of like a toy or like a picture frame here. This appears to be for overnight guests. And that's it. That's all you see. You see just the bedside table and the bed itself.
Okay, she'll shine the light around. Nothing of interest really catches her eye. And she will leave the door open and then go to the next door.
Okay. As you get to the next door, we'll say that's when JoJo and Blake join you. You see the first door on your right is open, and you see that Fish is about to open another door. What are you two doing?
Anything for the key? Blakey has got a key.
So far, nothing's locked, and she's gonna.
You open that door, click, click, it opens right in. Before you enter, Blake, what are you doing?
I'm going to go to the other door and open that one up.
Okay. You go to the last room and open that one up. That door is locked.
I try the key.
The key slides in and click, click, unlocks that door.
Found the door. As I push it open.
Ooh, sweet.
JoJo looks across the Fish. All the best things are kept behind locked doors.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Heads over to join Blake.
Yeah, she's gonna glance into that bedroom or that other room first.
Yeah, you see a bedroom. This has a larger bed in it. You assume this to be the bed of the adults here, at least Theodore and whoever his wife appears to be. It is a large queen-sized bed, 2 pillows. There's a closet here. There is a bedside table and like a dresser, armoire, that kind of thing.
Yeah, she's gonna walk in, like open the drawers, open the armoire.
Okay. Yeah, as you kind of go in there, you see that there is like a closet there. The closet contains dusty, moldy shirts and pants, a set of overalls. You see that there are moth-eaten dresses that are in here as well. Yeah, that's about all you see in here. You open the drawers, you find much of the same. The bed seems to have been made. It's not like unmade and like disheveled or whatever. It seems to have been made rather nicely. There's 2 pillows on there, kind of tucked in to the comforter on top. But that's about all that's in there. Is there anything else you're looking for in here?
No. She's gonna go. She's gonna like kind of push down on the bed, see if it's comfortable.
I mean, it crackles, and it's like another plume of dust sort of springs up. The bed is old and probably moldy, but it's relatively soft for being 80 some odd years old.
Yeah, she's gonna climb up on the bed and she's gonna start jumping on it.
Okay. Great. You begin to jump on the bed. Blake and Jojo, you hear the sound of jumping on the bed. While John, you hear this like scraping, creaking, kind of grinding noise coming from above you. And our first corruption bar is going to come into play as Fish is jumping up and down like a monkey on the bed. And boom! The whole bed collapses underneath you. All 4 of the legs on the side of this bed kind of sort of snap out. And you... Fish, you could have sworn you heard something crunch under the bed.
I run immediately to the room.
Yeah, you leave. The key is still in the door as you kind of push past Jojo, and you run back towards that room to see the bed frame sort of splayed out, and Fish also splayed on top of the bed, knocked on her ass from a fall.
Yeah, and she's gonna be like trying to laugh, but then she's gonna be like leaning over the edge. Like, what kind of crunching sound was it?
I don't know, how well versed are you in various crunches?
Is it like you stepped on a twig type of crunch, or like is it like the crunch of like something like a piece of wood breaking? You know,
those would be mostly the same crunch.
I guess
it's not the floor. It's not the floorboard snapping. It's not that kind of noise. Okay. It seems like something hollow was crushed. As vague and specific as I can be about that.
I think there was something under the bed that broke, and she's gonna scooch off, and like she's all covered in like dusty mold, and she's gonna try like lifting the bed.
Okay.
You 3 teenage geniuses, okay? Comes a shout from downstairs.
It's all fine. Everything's fine.
No one fell to the floor yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I noticed.
She's gonna try lifting.
Okay. You roll me a force. You're trying
Jojo
to
will
lift
definitely help her lift.
Okay, if there's 2 of you, if there's 3 of you, you definitely lift that up. Cool. Blake and Jojo can hold it if one of you wants to look underneath. Fish, if you want to look underneath. You see that there is the broken parts of a bed, but also a not ornate, but definitely a nice-ish box. It's probably like a hat box from back in the day, but there's a box that is now rather crushed underneath the bed.
She's gonna quickly scooch in, like grab it and like pull back. Like, okay, you can put it down.
And I just drop it.
Drop.
Just like the dust coming from the ceiling.
Oh yeah, just dumping John in dust. He's
just sat smoking a candy cigarette. Don't smoke, kids. On the sofa downstairs, being very refined.
Okay. You have a hat box. Fish, what are you doing?
She's gonna open it.
Okay.
And stick her face in. Like, what is it?
Let's go.
inside this box is a pile tied with a twine of letters. The first thing you notice is the letter on top does not actually have a stamp on it. And as you like rifle through, none of these letters have a stamp on it. They were not mailed.
My best guess, these are letters from the father to his deceased family. Some people do that.
They do.
That's not creepy.
It's a way to grieve.
She kind of goes quiet again, and she just kind of looks at the letters.
Are you taking them out?
Yeah, she'll take them out and she's gonna put them in her satchel for now and leave the box.
Oh, okay. So you're taking them out of the box and just kind of putting them with you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a pile of letters tied with twine in your bag.
Yeah. All right. Well, she'll take if she can she'll pull out one just one that's easier to remove, and she's gonna. Is it sealed?
No. You can kind of wiggle one out between the twine. It is in an envelope, but not actually sealed.
Okay.
Are you opening this letter?
Yeah, she's gonna see if Blake's correct.
How invasive. Blake is close enough. They are not letters from Theodore Smythe to his family. They are letters from Elizabeth Smythe to their daughter, Alice. Alice is the name in the book, Blake, the one that died of tuberculosis. Yeah, they are unmailed letters, and the one you have is just a letter of loss. It's a letter of sorrow. This letter says how much she misses her daughter. You would assume the rest of them are probably the same thing, but you can go on into finer detail if you'd like.
Yeah, she'll keep reading.
Okay. As you go through letters, some of them are dated they're not in sequential order. Some of them seem to be to a young Alice. Some of them appear like bright and happy, like when you're older. They have that kind of tone to them, and then others have a decidedly post death certificate vibe to them. The last letter you get is penned in a very desperate hand. And it says, the last line written on this says, "We shall soon be together again, you and I. Below us we shall meet and be one again."
She's gonna she'll read it out loud, and then when she finishes, she'll look at Blake. Sounds like what Theodore wrote in his journal.
A little bit, but I think it's more she's realizing she's about to pass and is writing a letter to wait to see her daughter.
What does she mean by below us?
Hopefully not hell.
Her eyes go wide.
Can't choose where you're going to end up.
She's gonna put the letter away.
Or there is a basement and they're all buried down there.
I couldn't find one.
Yeah, she's gonna stop with her packing when he says that, and she's just gonna like slowly look up at him, and then jam the letters into her bag.
Okay. As you jam those letters in, we transition down to John, who is smoking a candy cigarette on the couch, watching the fire crackle. John, what are you doing down there? You're just watching that fire burn, kind of living in that moment.
I was attempting not to leave the fire unattended.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's mulling over sort of recent events, particularly recent events with his father and the loop, and so he's just taking an introspective moment whilst the kids smash it up, you know.
Okay. So as you sort of as you sit there, candy cigarette in hand, I assume you put the grate back in front of the fire, so no errant pops of crackling embers will start a fire out here. You watch this fire. And And you sort of drift in the way that one does when watching a campfire, and your memory sort of casts back to, yesteryear. Well, you were in a boarding house, or a boarding school, rather, back in the good old days. And you, as you said, that's your central heating over there in England. And you...
It is.
You are brought back to a time when you were home. Or what was your actual home, and not this low rent colony here. So
You said it.
So you watch the fire sort of crackle, and your mind wanders, and you begin to hear sounds, reminiscent of the boarding school. You hear a light piano play. You hear the sound of footsteps, quick little short footsteps, sort of running around on hard wood. The sounds of kids, of elementary school, primary school, feet running across the hardwood floor. And as you sort of sit there, candy cigarette in hand, you slowly begin to realize that those sounds are not coming from your memory. They're also not coming from upstairs. You hear piano notes, light, soft, lilting piano notes, and the sounds of tiny feet across floorboards. What are you doing?
John will get up, go over to his dance set record player, and lift the stylus off his Susie Quattro album.
You have a portable record player?
Yeah, it's a dance set.
Okay. Okay. And you are attempting to put some... Why would you have a portable... Not like a Walkman. That seems
Old
so...
timey. He buys albums. It's the early 80s in the UK, we still consume music on the LPs.
Seems so cumbersome. And you are putting headphones on? Is that what I'm to believe?
He's taking them off and lifting the stylus off the record player.
Okay.
I think it's a 60s dance set that his mum had when she was in boarding school.
Sure.
And she passed on to him.
Okay.
So yeah, he takes the stylus off, loses the headphones, and goes to see what the hell's going on.
Okay.
Sort of grabs his jacket off the back of the door.
Are you headed upstairs?
Yeah, he'll head to the floor above.
Okay. Yeah, so you join your companions. We'll cut back up to them while you have that moment down there. Fish, Jojo, Blake, you are standing in this room. You have the letters as Fish dumps them into her bag. What are you guys doing next?
Go to the room I unlocked.
Okay.
Blake's room.
Okay.
So
You
Blake's
head
sleeping tonight.
You head back out to the mysterious room that you had previously opened, Blake, and you are able to push the door open just that much further. You see that this is what you imagine to be a young girl's room. This room seems far less not that anything seems like it was touched. This room seems far less touched. This room seems like it has been closed for even longer than the rest of the house, if that makes any sense. The thick layer of dust is even thicker here. You see that there is a rocking horse that stands in the middle of the room. You see that there is a drawer, a chest of drawers, and on the top of which there are several glass dolls. And you see that there is a single teddy bear, seemingly handmade, sitting on the bed in this room. And as you kind of look around, perhaps with the aid of one of the two lanterns up here with you, the teddy bear is missing a button eye.
Aww.
Well, that's a note. Close the door, lock it.
Door closes, lock. Key comes out.
Maybe this is Alice's room. Let's look around.
Yeah, and she might have died of tuberculosis. I don't know how long tuberculosis lasts
What do you
on
mean?
objects.
I think that's why they locked it, to keep the tuberculosis
germs
in the
in?
room.
Yeah.
John will walk up the
Okay.
stairs.
I
And
may be
I'll
a
go
book
with
nerd,
it.
but I haven't studied medical.
Do we have a doctor in the house?
Do we have a medical book?
You don't have. I mean, if you want to use one of your luck points to have a medical book, you may do so to
Specifically.
History
learn
of TB.
to learn about tuberculosis. Otherwise, there is not. But as the door closes and as you guys begin to argue about possibly going back in there, John rounds the corner of the stairs. You see, again, John, you see these two doors open, and you hear the door close and the sliding out of a key and the beginning of an argument about them.
you can't catch TB after like 80 years. My grandmother had it.
Are you certain of that? You can be the sacrificial lamb.
Give me the key. I'll go in.
Bravery where it's due.
Jojo.
This is
will put
local
his hand
ghost
up.
for local people.
Fine, I hand them the key.
She'll unlock it.
We all know that I'm Shaggy in this particular Scooby-Doo scenario. Or worse, the dog.
Okay,
He's a
you.
hero.
Jesus. You open the door, and you are going to head in.
Yep.
Fish. You do.
Yep.
What are you looking for while you're in there? You don't immediately
Don't
get
break the spell.
tuberculosis. You're fine.
Not immediately. Perfect.
Yeah, take some time.
She's gonna walk
Don't
in
break
and
them.
she sees the glass. She sees the glass doll and the teddy bear.
Yeah, you see there's a few more toys just sort of scattered haphazardly around the room. There's some blocks, the wooden little blocks there. There's some blocks, and there appear to be like some kind of wallpapery like thing of flowers that are in certain spots on the room.
Okay. Yeah, she's just gonna look around and like do a circle of the room. Any pictures or anything like that to confirm that this would be Alice's room? It's clearly a child's room, obviously.
Yeah, so it's clearly a child's room. There are no words on the walls that would confirm any kind of like this is Alice's room, nothing like that.
Okay. She's gonna look under the bed.
Good call. You look under the bed. Unfortunately, this time there is nothing under the bed. You kind of hold your lantern under there. It is clear all the way through. What are the rest of you doing while Fish is on hands and knees looking under the bed?
Jojo is standing in the doorway, leaning up against the door frame with his arms crossed, just waiting for Fish to peruse.
I'm gonna walk over to one of the other dolls that are like sitting in the room.
Okay.
I still don't understand how anyone found this cute instead of creepy.
Maybe they like creepy. I mean, like look
there
at the
were-
clothes they used to wear.
There were
You
no
know?
non-creepy dolls back in the 18th century. Fun fact.
I mean, they've written creepy letters. Keeping creepy dolls isn't a stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's gonna pick up the teddy bear like gently, and like just look at it.
Okay. You do. The teddy bear is it's obviously like moldy and old, right? It is a teddy bear. It has one single eye, one button eye missing from it, and you can see that on the other eye that has the missing eye, there's just a few pieces of string that fall from the eye.
Poor little guy. I wonder what his name was, or is. And she's gonna put it back.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing? Being creeped out entirely?
Just genuinely. I'm from England.
As they keep perusing the room and taking their time, eventually Jojo will turn and go to the final room that's on the L, or is this the last room?
This was the last room. There's just the 3 upstairs.
Is
Is there any more stairs up?
There are no more stairs up.
Ooh.
I'm gonna walk out and look up to see if there's like, you know, the old attic door that rolls down.
Yeah, you head out of there, and there does not appear to be an attic door. Like the pull down stairs ones.
So where's that widow's porch then? Is it in an extra attic dimension?
Valid question.
Yeah, she's gonna walk back out and if there's no, she's gonna look around. There's no stairs or an
Oh
attic.
god, they
How
have
do we
hidden
get...
entryways everywhere in this house, don't they?
I'm going to sue. That's an English thing. That's what we have in our houses.
Okay, let's go to a bookshelf, start pulling random books, see if it turns.
The only bookshelf you saw was downstairs.
Maybe it's like, maybe there's like a ladder hidden somewhere. She's gonna walk back into the bedroom. Is there like a closet door or something like that?
There is a closet door in the parents' bedroom.
Okay.
Can I roll a calculate? I've seen the downstairs floor plan. I want to see if the upstairs floor plan mirrors it, and if there's any sort of odd subdivision walls.
You can roll a comprehend.
Okay. Just looks like I'm right. I'm rolling a flat mind there.
Okay.
No.
As far as you can tell, it seems to make sense. Yeah, this seems to be roughly the same spatial size of the downstairs. You didn't really explore the other 2 rooms downstairs, but you would assume this kind of stretches to the left a little bit. Fish, you were headed into which room?
The parents' room. I'm gonna check the closet.
Sure. Roll me an investigate.
Investigate. 1 success.
Okay, you begin to head upstairs. You begin to head into that room, and you pull open the closet doors, and you look around in here, kind of pushing aside the moth-eaten dresses and that kind of thing, and you see that there is a cutout with a piece of wood on top of it in the ceiling.
Hey guys, look! I found something. I think. She's gonna see if there's anything that she can. I'm assuming she can't reach it.
You could probably either get a boost or find something to sort of push it up with, if you'd like.
Okay.
I come in.
Like a hat. Like, is there like a hat rack or something like
Sure.
that? Like,
Yeah. You can get something
good.
lifted up. There's something around.
Yeah. Like whoever comes in sees her like lugging this wooden contraption, and she's like, "There's something up there."
you want a
I give
boost?
a hand.
Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna see if it opens first. It's like a little cutout, and she's gonna.
Yeah, you give it
Like
a stiff bop with a little some kind of piece of wood there, and it does. It takes a second, but it does give, and you could slide it to the side if you so choose.
Yeah, she will try to maneuver and like knock it
Well,
to the
that's
side.
strange in itself. You Americans have so much space in your houses. It's odd to see something tucked away. This is where the satanic altar is.
Okay. Well, nothing's happened yet, so
I mean, I would have said it was in the creepy room, but up in the attic, why not?
yeah. Why was the door locked? This door wasn't locked, and it has the secret.
Well, the other one
entrance in
has
it.
painful memories. This one's just a daily room.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I mean, they were 18th century Americans, which is basically being British. So they're not so good with emotions.
I guess so. I'll take your word for it. And she's gonna shine the light up into the hole.
It seems to go up higher. There's not much you can see from this angle.
Like,
Does it look like she can fit through it?
Absolutely. If you get a boost, you can fit right through that hole.
Okay.
Do you want a boost? Do you want to boost me?
Oh, do you want to go first?
Let's do it.
Okay.
And he gets ready to go through the hole
Okay.
with a boost.
Yeah, you guys can easily
Fortune hand.
boost him up. There's no need for any kind of roll for that.
We've done this before.
Yeah, you get your hands in and you start to pull yourself up into this room as your feet are being pushed up from below. You kind of reach back down, get handed the lantern, and shine the lantern around the room.
Any ladders?
Jojo,
Uh-oh.
Jojo.
Dead.
Jojo,
All the conditions.
you are in this room. You hear the faint call of any ladders from down below. It sounds more distant than it should. However, perhaps what you're seeing is what sort of draws your attention away from that. You see, in the center of this attic space, off to the side, you see where that Widow's Peak would have been, or where that Widow's Peak is. You see a circular window leading out. But what you see in this very cramped area is there are strange symbols carved into the rafters and the walls of this. Some symbols are carved directly into the wood. Some are broken into the lattice work of the horsehair and lattice insulation. Some are painted on. And there is a piecemeal work of wood sort of making up a floor here. There's a few runner boards like bridges over the beams in the attic. But there is a actual, like in the center of the room, there is an actual floor. And perhaps the scariest thing you've seen in all your journeys, there is a child's bassinet or pram. In the center of that, there is a woman's white dress and the dress of a child laid out on either side of the pram.
Jojo puts his arm down through the hole to pull someone up, and she says, "Yep, John called it."
I did, didn't I? John sort of pokes up his very shiny head.
Yeah,
Right.
she's gonna put her hand up.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
So you pull up.
Thanks, sir.
Blake, are you joining up as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So a few minutes goes by as you're able to pull and lift each and every one up into this room. You all see the same thing. Strange symbols carved into the walls, painted on the walls, floors, and ceilings. And you see a child's pram, a child's dress, and a woman's dress.
So we found the
Whoa.
creepiest room in the house. This is the one we're going to stay in, right?
Yeah, totally. What do you think symbols mean?
Enochian, if I'm a judge.
What?
Ancient Enochian. My mother works at a university.
That like
That doesn't
Frank,
answer.
Can I do an investigation check, see if I've read some of these symbols somewhere in the library before?
Can you do that? You can do a comprehend.
Holy shit.
I wrote the book.
Hot damn. Yeah, so you look around. Perhaps your knowledge of books is what bolsters your courage here as you kind of walk around this objectively creepy room looking at these things. You take a look at each kind of symbol. And as you move around, you look at the objects placed in the center of the room. You kind of look over at the Widow's Peak. First of all, in the Widow's Peak, you do find something. You find a robe. The robe looks like it. If you take the hood off, it looks about the same length as the duster. So befitting of a man, or befitting of a person, 6 feet plus tall. But as you sort of look around, and perhaps you climb into the Widow's Peak and sort of look down at everything, you read a lot of Stephen King. You've read a lot of books. You've been in the library quite a bit of times. This is a ritual. There's no way this isn't a ritual, right? This is some creepy cult ritual nonsense. This is just like in all the books. There are items belonging to the person. This is some kind of seance-y, summon the dead, ritual bullshit. You are sure of it. It has to be. There's no other explanation.
All right, I go back. Everyone, we're going to start carving these symbols off.
John sort of
Damage
busts out his combat knife.
Okay.
How are we going to complete the ritual if we don't have the symbols?
We really want to resurrect dudes we don't know.
Or mess with forces we don't fully understand.
That's the one.
That's a daily chore at school.
Can I see that journal, Theodore?
Yeah, I hand her the journal.
She's just gonna sit, and while everyone's kind of bickering around, she's gonna open it, and she's gonna. He mentioned stuff about books, didn't he? And texts.
He did. He did mention
that son of a bitch if we find it.
He did.
Yeah.
He did mention those things.
Did he mention where they would be?
He did not.
No.
But
And then there's probably the pages that had where it was hidden ripped out.
that could also be true. Are you reading through this text in detail? This
Yeah.
notebook in detail?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Roll me an investigate.
Specifically, like, yeah, she's looking for something. And I think, well, this is where I put the books on how to raise loved ones from the dead. I'm gonna push.
Go for it.
Or use my luck. Use my luck to re-roll.
That's a push.
That's push. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. Yeah, use your luck. Reroll. Sorry.
Nope. Damn it.
You can also push.
Or you can have someone else try.
Would be poetic.
Uh,
If the
she's,
captain of confidence got scared first.
yeah, she's going to push.
Okay.
Let's hit re-roll again. Come on. Oh, damn it.
Unfortunately, you go through this book. You are scared. You go through this book looking for clues. You don't find clues to what you're looking for. However, upon deeper inspection of the journal, the moment of loss seems to go deeper and deeper, and eventually he explains what happened to his family, in that his youngest daughter didn't make it through a winter, his eldest daughter died of tuberculosis, and his wife, wrought with grief, decided to opt out. That's the nicest way I can put that. And he was left with this farmhouse and the grief therein. And then shortly thereafter is when he found these ancient texts. But it doesn't say where he found them, where they are now, and there is a good 12 to 20 pages missing out of the back of the book.
Maybe there's like some kind of basement where he hid the stuff. You think?
Didn't find one unless there's a hidden door to a basement.
You guys have storm cellars around here?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like one
Could
of those
be outside
doors.
access, right?
Yeah, if anything, tornadoes are a problem with farms.
Did they ever use
Always have
coal
storm
around
cellar.
here? Like a coal
Yeah.
chute?
Big coal mining area.
That would
not
need
too far
a
from here, right?
that would require a furnace, like a coal furnace. They have
Yeah.
a wood stove.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there would be no coal chute here. However, as you are all up in this business, all right. So John, you are sorry, you have 9 names. Is you're carving these symbols off?
Yeah.
Okay.
John's just gonna strike either remove them with the edge of the knife or cut through them, whatever's easiest.
Okay, fantastic. Blake, are you doing the same thing?
Trying to, but I don't have any knife. I don't have enough ammo.
Great. So yeah, you have like a piece of a rock or something that you found. Jojo, what are you doing up here as well?
Jojo's going to go look out the window. You said there was the portal window.
I did, yeah.
He's going to go and have a look out there.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Jojo, you peek out the window, and let me just check this real quick. Perfect. Jojo, you peek out the window, and you're not one for astrology, but it's a full moon on Halloween, an uncommon sight. You are looking out of this this porthole window and down both Elm Road and King's Court, and it is Halloween. It is dark, and you do not see a single trick-or-treater in the area. Not that anyone would come down this far, but you're at a pretty high vantage point. You should see something. What you see instead is a large, gangly shape moving down the street, sort of darting from car to car, bush to bush. This seems to be, if you had to guess, you're up high. This thing seems to be 7-8 feet tall. It is hunched over. It is walking with knees kind of crouched and hands half dragging knuckles, half like scraping and moving forward. A very loping motion as it seems to skulk towards the house.
Although there are no kids, what about the other houses in the street? Do they have pumpkins outside, etc., or is that none of that exists?
You know,
when he looks around,
the weirdest thing, Jojo, there aren't any houses on the street.
On two creepy streets, there's no houses.
And you're sure there were. You drove by them on your skateboard. You rode by them.
Jojo pushes himself up against the wall and leaves a very small gap to see out of the window.
Mm-hmm.
After a little while, he just whispers back, "There's something out in the street, but no houses."
Wait, what? The houses are oh, we're too late.
Oh, God, have we gone back in time?
We're not in Kansas?
What?
Wizard of Oz. You at least have seen that, G. Fish.
Both.
Wow, okay. First is a hurricane, now it's Wizard of Oz. Okay.
Tornado. They're different. They're different.
No, she says what, as in like, 'cause she's looking at the journal, like she didn't hear you. She's like, wait, what?
Is my
No
bike
houses.
still down there?
Dude, there's no houses and there's something running through the street.
Great.
And you look
Okay.
upstairs
She's
at
gonna
Fish.
close the journal and like toss it onto the floor.
He's-
Can I take upset instead of scared?
Sure.
Okay.
Jojo, you were saying?
He just stares at Fish with wide eyes as he says, "There's something running up and down the street."
Does he look scared?
He looks concerned, definitely.
She's gonna get up and
That's-
walk over.
That's boy for scared.
Yes.
I am.
Boys don't look scared.
concerned. Yeah. So yeah, she kind of like, this thing's useless, and she's gonna toss it onto the floor,
Sure.
and she's gonna get up.
Hey, easy on the literature. The dude was no the dude was no writer, you know, but hey.
And then she's gonna get up and then she sees Jojo's scared or concerned expression. She's gonna walk over. What's wrong?
He points it out. If it's still visible, he would point it out.
She's gonna look.
Because you backed up against the window and you were kind of watching. You point to where you saw it last, and Fish, you head over there. You do not
And
see.
she'd be like, I'm like,
yeah, to make sure it wasn't some like speck of dust that he was seeing. You look out. You do not see the creature that he described. Right. You do see that there are like houses on the road. You see that the you kind of like look around. You see that the bikes. Maybe it's the angle. Maybe you're not. You know what? You saw Blake take his bike up, but you're pretty sure you left yours right there, and
By
you
the
don't
fence, yeah.
see yours. You also don't see a motorbike. What you do see is that there are several houses on both Elm Road and King's Court, and the lights are sort of flickering on and off on these lights. Like each one of them has a porch, and each of the lights is sort of flickering, not in any sequential, relevant way, but they seem to be flickering on and off. And as they flicker, like the shadow of the porch, the columns. That's the word. The columns
Yeah.
seem to like be flicking on and off and reaching out towards the street.
She's gonna kind of watch the flickering lights for a moment and then kind of look back down. She's like, my bike is gone. John, your bike is also gone.
Yeah, with all the houses.
I built that sidecar
No.
myself.
I see houses. They're right there. Can't you see the flickering lights? And she's gonna look.
You've all gone cuckoo bananas.
Oh, shut up! She's gonna say. And she's gonna.
Blake,
As you look back
Mike.
out towards the houses to like point out, don't you see them, Jojo? All of the porch lights turn on, and you see that the shadows are long of the columns, and you see it's almost like they're moving. Like when you position a light and the shadow gets longer, except the lights are stationary. That's not possible, right? And all at once, you see the column lights sort of meet, and then all of the lights on the porches shut off, except the shadows stay there. And you see the stretching sort of continue as they begin to, like, I don't know, mold into one? It's very hard to say. And it seems like dripping, but in reverse. Like it's not dripping from a ceiling; it seems to be dripping up from the ground. Like you'll see like a tendril of shadow just sort of bloop, and then that part disappears, as if a drop of water had fallen down, but fallen up instead. This sort of continues until you see one of the bloops stand up, and you see it take the shape of a long-armed, long-limbed person.
Who sees this?
Me.
Fish sees this.
Fishes.
Well, okay.
See?
Is that what you saw? And she's gonna like duck back.
Jojo looks again. Does he still see his scene that he saw earlier?
You see that there are no houses on the road. You see that there is some single creature, some single something dark standing where your bikes would be. It has way longer, like its arms reach down to its knees, and its legs are each leg is probably 5 feet long, as it just sort of stands there, and you see it like lurch forward and then sort of crack and stand up. You can imagine it makes that sort of crunching bone, like spine cracking noise.
So it's standing at the edge of the property that we're on?
Mm-hmm. Where your bikes should be.
Jojo leans up. Yep, that's it. And he pushes back.
Blake picks up the journal, walks towards the window, and tears
young
out.
Man, what do you make of this as the only sane fellow left here? I'm nuts. I'm British. We invented it.
Blake,
Let's see how long I'm sane when I look out the window.
Blake, you pick up the journal, and as you pick this thing up, you hear like a tink, 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 as if something fell out of it.
I look at the ground and see what fell out.
You can't be positive that it fell out. Perhaps you kicked it over. Perhaps it was here the whole time. You see a pin befitting of the 80s. It is a single, not a push pin, but a pin you'd put through your leather jacket or your jean jacket, if you will. It is a simple, circular, yellow button pin with a smiley face on it.
Did anyone? There's a pen.
Hey, this is horse leather, mate. I don't stick pins in it.
No,
Gross.
I don't.
We are not alone.
It's just she's gonna look out the window again and see if that thing is still there.
It is still there, just standing.
There's someone outside, guys.
And there's someone apparently inside.
What?
'Cause, this ain't my pen, and I don't know if it's not any of your guys', so...
Oh.
So we're in the safest room in the house, right?
Yeah,
One-
you
so-
two are known for
No.
your movie.
Yeah. They gotta find that ladder to get up here, don't they? Or find the hole.
Let's hope John's fire doesn't set the whole house on fire while we stuck up here.
Well,
Well,
no,
shut
the
the
thing
window
is, this
again.
is the worst room to be in, because We got one exit. It
Yeah,
ain't
let's
gonna be
get
pretty.
out of here.
Is there any other windows? Just the circular one.
Just that circular one.
Can we block the hole? Is there? And he's gonna look around. Is there anything like heavy, like chest or anything like that to be pushed over the
No,
hole?
no, no, no,
There
no.
are,
Let's go down there.
There are a couple of
Let's go
dresses.
Dresses. What? The dress
Down.
as in a dress or dresser?
Dresses,
Dresses
like
is
as in
dress.
the articles of clothing on the
Clothes.
floor behind you.
Well, that doesn't help. You can't block a hole with that.
I mean, it's a window, so you could cover the window with that.
Oh, I
Oh,
mean
wait.
more for the hole in the floor.
Oh,
that we
okay.
climbed up of.
You could sort of, you could break up the pram and put it over the hole. Or, I mean, you could still slide the piece of wood that you had there.
Wait,
You're
bef-
just going to move the wood.
Okay.
Before we do that, I quickly go back to the row, check to see if there's a hidden pocket in it.
Which row?
The rope.
Oh, the robe. There
Pretty
is not. There are pockets on it. This is the first time you guys have put your hand on it. There are pockets in it, and in the left-hand pocket, which you would know is the same place you found the last key, there is another key.
Another key to a hidden room. I quickly keep checking the rest of the pockets to see if there's anything else.
Is this
There
one a
is nothing
skull with
else.
red eyes on yet, mate?
There is no skull with red eyes on that key.
No?
She's gonna look at Jojo. Maybe we should not stay here.
Are you
Is-
chickening out of the dare?
We'll lie to everybody and say we did
No.
spend the night.
Fine, we'll stay. She's gonna.
Stay with
Cross her
house
arms.
disappearing.
Why couldn't we stay at my haunted house? It has premium cable.
Because it's not
got TV.
scary. Your
It was
mom's
pretty
gonna be
scary
there
when
and
you
she's gonna
were
make
big.
us crumpets and tea. She's gonna go and she's
Hey,
gonna put
Don't be
the
jealous.
she's
So
gonna put
aggressive.
like the cover over the hole in the floor.
Okay.
The one that she had to lift up and move.
And you
Yep.
know my mum can't cook. That hurts.
I hear that's just a British thing.
But you didn't deny the tea.
Oh, come on.
One
That's
thing.
a stereotype because it's true.
If we're staying in this room, I don't know which symbols we just crossed off. For all I know, they're the ones that keep creepy crap out.
We better finish the job then.
See? Told you shouldn't have messed with the devil symbols.
Blake here
Yeah,
can read those symbols, and I say it's Enochian. It's supposed to be the language of the angels.
Doesn't feel like
I have no idea what
angels.
that is.
Angels and demons are all very similar. I mean, what was your boy? One of the original evil things used to be an angel. Not Satan.
Lucifer.
Lucifer Morningstar.
What?
Yeah, Fish's eyes kind of just glaze over. She's gonna go back to the window and like peek out.
Someone should have paid
But-
attention in RE. That's
But
religious
honestly-
education of the UK.
I think we should be further away from the room that's going to be the epicenter of a ritual, because it should have
Mhm.
less effect outside of it,
Blake,
if anything. If horror has taught me anything.
Blake, what have you done with the robe?
Put it on.
No, I dropped it as soon as I was done.
Okay.
As soon as it had nothing else besides that key.
As you're having this conversation, you hear a similar tink, tink, tink noise.
I turn around back to the room.
You see rolling in the direction away from you, and subsequently away from the robe. You see rolling a coin-sized object as it like tink and falls off of one of the floor rafters. It falls
Is that
into
the New
like
England ship money?
it falls into like the like where the insulation would be.
I think we need to hurry and get out of here before anything else happens.
No,
'Cause-
we are staying. And she's gonna give Jojo a look. I'm not backing out of this dare.
I'm not saying get out
And
of
it's
the house.
my own
I'm saying
dare.
get
I'm not
out
gonna
of the
back out of
room.
it.
And I don't want to go outside. So
Well, you go sleep you curl up in the wedding dress in the room with the bloody ancient Enochian symbols and ritualistic bullshit.
cool.
Have
You
fun.
go
Okay.
and look at that. You go stay with that, and he points out the window to the street.
Yeah.
It's the
Go stay with him
street, Bob.
downstairs.
Your bike is gone.
I-
My
I-
bike
I
is
full-
gone.
I
And there's
fully
a
walk
creepy
over
ass
and
shadow
finally
man.
look out the
Like I trust the pair of you. You're winding me up.
Why don't you look?
Blake, you look out the
Sure.
window and you do see something. You see not quite what Fish and Jojo have described. You see that there is a man. He is standing in the street. You do not see any houses. You do not see any bikes. You see a man, and he looks up at the window, and he waves. Makes direct eye contact with you.
I back up from the window.
His fish is gonna
See,
notice like his scared reaction.
as you back up, you see him point, still making eye contact with you.
Told you.
Uh,
Creepy monsters outside.
Yeah,
Come on
I
then.
don't want to go there.
I assume
Come on, Johnny.
I saw something
Come on,
different.
John. Look.
I quickly looked down to where the thing fell because I think that's what he's telling me to look at.
You look down there and you see another button, another pin. This pin is the same shape. It's a circular button pin you put on like a jacket. And this one is a image of a cartoon pig wearing a police officer's hat that reads, "How's your pork?"
Oh,
If you'd like to roll me a comprehend, you may. If you don't know what those two references are, you may roll me a comprehend.
I know who they're in reference of.
Okay, then you don't need to roll a comprehend.
Does Blake look scared, like rattled?
Concerned, you mean?
I am,
Concerned?
I mean, he did just walk backwards away from a window in a creepy attic, so...
I'm starting to question reality at this point.
Do you say that aloud?
Yes.
Come
Yeah.
on, Johnny boy. Have a gander at your bike that's not there, with creepy things in the street.
John's already popping down through the hatch to look through the bedroom window.
Oh, you're gonna get eaten.
So you remove the hatch, you sort of jump down, and you move over towards, let me see here, the bedroom window. You head over there. You look out through the bedroom window, and which bedroom window are you looking through?
The master bedroom. The one I just landed in. I probably made a mess of the bottom of the wardrobe with motorcycle boots.
Sure. You land in the bedroom, and you head over towards the window, the only window in there, and you look out, and this window looks out into the side yard. You don't see anything. It's a side yard. The widow's peak looked into the front.
It's all fine down here.
You do know there are 2 windows on the first floor that point towards the front of the house. There is also 1 window in the other room here, the room you guys are assuming is Alice's room.
Yeah, he's gonna have the he's gonna have the combat knife on him, and he'll just nip in there and check.
Okay. You head out and you look into the you head out into the child's room. And you look out that window. You see a similar scene where you don't see any houses. You don't see any bikes. However, perhaps that's not what you're focusing on, because what you do see is the flashing red and blue lights of a police car. The white top of the police car has these flashing wigwams here. You see the black underside says Glenbrook PD, keeping Glenbrook safe since, and then it has a year there. And you see there is a portly officer who is standing with his weapon drawn. You see there is a tall, skinny officer who is shoving a man in the back of the cruiser. You can only see the lower back and jeans of this man. However, You know, based on what you're seeing, that this is the sorry, you had a name for it. The British Engineer Corps uniform, the ass end of this uniform.
Royal
Yes, that's the word.
Engineers number 2.
That's the one. You know it is the ass end of that uniform being stuffed into the back of a police car. That's what you see.
He's gonna just sort of like he's gonna stab the window frame in rage.
Sure. The knife sticks into it. What are you doing?
Americans, no, fucking top secret loot.
Are you headed upstairs, downstairs?
Yeah, he's gonna go back and stick his head through the hatch.
Okay. So as you're kind of pulling yourself up, you kind of jump up to like lift yourself in there. What are the three of you doing up there? Jojo, Blake, Fish.
I am quickly going through my mind of all possible tropes to prevent anything spiritually evil coming through in my head. I'm going through like, does anyone have red string or salt
Yes, I have salt.
or iron?
There was
This
iron
knife is
outside
iron.
the fence.
Why would I have salt?
For seasoning, obviously.
Yeah.
I've gone camping in a creepy house.
Yeah, you need flavor.
Oh yeah, you don't want to be gamey when they eat you. You just wanna-
Yeah. You want them perfectly savory.
Yeah. Fish, you're uncharacteristically quiet.
Yeah, she's just gonna sit cross-legged on. She's gonna sit cross-legged on the floor, and just lean against the wall.
Okay.
Mike,
Yes,
can I spend a luck to get an item that I didn't say I had, but let's pretend I did?
you may.
One of those little mini crowbars
Sure.
that he had tucked in
Ooh.
his bedroll because he thought he was going to steal something in this place.
Of course.
Here you go, buddy.
Why wouldn't you?
Borrow mine.
There you go.
Why wouldn't you
And
have
he-
one of those?
Exactly. It's the type of thing Jojo would have.
Yep.
And
It's
he
exactly what I
hands
have
it
sitting
over
by
to-
my desk.
He hands it over to Blake and says, "This is iron. I can give you that, but I need it back because it's actually." He takes it back and he wipes his fingerprints off of it, and then hands it back to Blake, and says, "You can keep that."
It's my stealing crowbar.
I think
It's
you
not
have a
been
much
used in any
better,
crimes.
stronger arm than me. Wipes it off on my sleeve real quick, hands it back to him. Whack it at
What?
anything you see that's not us.
It's my crime bar.
All right. I thought you wanted to like do
I'm trying to
magic
get
in here
us.
with it.
I'm trying to get us prepared for whatever's outside coming in.
Yeah, someone keeps
And
opening
if-
the hole.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to go run to the kitchen to get salt, if there's any salt in there.
As you pass back and forth the crowbar and you have your plans for various attacks, you can all see that Fish has put her back against the wall and is quietly sitting there. But before anyone can do anything, as John's head kind of pokes back through the wall, back through the floor rather, you all hear, "Ow, ow, ow!" from outside the
silver?
house.
Nope.
Oh. What's
Does anyone
that?
have silver?
What?
No, that's rich people things.
Well, this was a farmhouse.
for
There's
stealing.
something with silver.
Yeah, but it's probably been stolen already. We can check the kitchen. Rich people have silver knives and forks.
Silverware.
Aha.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go to the kitchen and get crap.
She's gonna
Yeah,
stand
I mean,
up
I've
and
got,
Go ahead.
I've got salt to get us there.
G.
she's gonna look out the window again.
You see nothing. No houses, no shadows. There's nothing out there. No bikes.
The thing's gone. How close was that howl?
Outside the house.
Not inside the house. That's good.
Yeah. Okay. I think whatever it is gone. If we go downstairs, we can find something maybe. But our bikes are gone. I'm not giving up on the dare. She says to Jojo.
As long as you don't leave the house, we're fine, right? And that we meet our requirements.
Yeah.
As long as we don't leave by daytime.
Well, great. My watch has stopped. What time is it?
She's gonna look at her watch.
It's 10 o'clock at night. You've been here for 4 hours.
Man, mine gave out at 7:05.
Wait. 10 o'clock at night. How close would that to be midnight, as in the witching hour?
I think that's like balls. I think that's like 1 p.m. In Eastern time. I forget.
It's 2.
But either way, it's several hours away.
Okay.
When he says that, Jojo goes 2. I mean, 12 minus 10 is 2. I might do shit at school, but I can count.
Okay.
You're smart, Jojo. She's gonna
See?
Okay,
Just
apparently
get
it is 1 a.m. and between 3 and 4. You know, my weird grandmother with a TB was into the occult.
Is that a
Did she
TB
catch
thing?
TB from the house.
Maybe she caught a cult from TB. I don't know.
She's gonna
Okay,
get up and walk
we,
to the
we
whole.
we should hurry up and get moving before whatever is outside comes inside.
Didn't we closed the door when we came in, right? She thinks back, right?
And maybe we can break apart one of those chairs
Not the
and
bedroom door.
burn the werewolf.
Yeah, she's gonna lift the hole and then she's going to scooch down.
Did you close the door? You head down
I don't
into
remember.
the bedroom, and yeah, you're in the master bedroom here. Where are you going?
To the kitchen?
Okay. You start to head down the hallway. Are the rest of you following her?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You all Scooby-Doo downstairs into the main room, where you hear the light lilting keys of a piano playing. However, you don't see and have never seen a piano. What you do see, however, is a complete lack of fire. Perhaps it is due to the lack of capability of one John. But what you do see is next to the fireplace, there is a spinning wheel. And as the pedal depresses on the spinning wheel, the wheel turns and yarn is pulled through it.
She points the light at it. Whoa.
As soon as the light cascades across the room and hits that wheel, it stops.
The wheel stops
Like-
turning, you mean? Okay.
Right.
It was moving. Did you saw, right?
Yeah. It's a mystical reconstructing spinning wheel that I broke and burnt.
Well, clearly you
do a
didn't.
good job.
Yeah. And your fire making skills are not Boy Scout material.
Friggin' Inferno. I was a beaver and a Boy Scout.
There's no
Where's the
fire
music
now.
coming from?
Blake, you saw it.
Jojo,
Witness me.
Yes, sir.
when was the last time you had like a decent home cooked meal?
Ooh. At least, what's it, October now?
Mm-hmm.
7 months? 8 months?
Maybe you're hungry. Maybe it's some kind of longing for familial relations. You smell food. Good food.
Food that gets salt. There's music. I can smell food. There's creepy spinning things. Terrible firelighting skills. What the hell is going on in this place?
Do
Did she
I
smell
smell the
food?
food?
As soon as he says, "I smell food," you all can smell food.
Yeah. Smells good.
Yeah.
There's like a sweet component. There's a savory component. It smells like beef of some kind. You're not entirely sure, but it definitely smells like a meal.
Eh. So they want us to Scooby and Shaggy into that kitchen. That's not happening.
So
Yeah,
now
let's get the fire going first. Because something tells me we're gonna need light. And a lot
Is the
of it.
front door open?
It is.
She's gonna go move towards the door to close it.
Okay. You move towards the door, place a hand on that brass handle, and much like entering the house, you close the door. I need you to roll me. I need you to roll me just straight up mind, or empathize if you'd like.
It's all the same. I'll just roll empathize just for shits and giggles.
Perfect.
No successes.
This is a trouble. Troubles are the encounters here in this game system. You close the door, and as you close the door, you're kind of following the frame, and you click the latch closed, and standing directly behind the door is a 6-foot-tall, long-armed, long-legged creature. The eyes are like glowing lamplights that just sort of look out at you. And as soon as you make eye contact, it evaporates into shadow.
She screams.
You are scared.
Yeah. So I take a condition?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she screams and like jumps away from the door.
Jojo turns and runs to where Fish is. Like full pelt.
Yep.
It's outside the door! It's outside the door!
So lock it. And he tries to whatever he can to like just make sure the door is locked.
Yeah, you go. There is a
They're
deadbolt.
fighting each other to lock it.
There is a deadbolt, and the two sets of hands is needed. Less fighting each other and more fighting the door. Because every time you click the deadbolt, it unclicks. And you click it and it unclicks, and it click it and it unclicks. Eventually, after 4, 5, 6, 7 times, the door finally clicks locked and stays that way.
Is there a window?
There is a window on the other side of the couch, and there's a window in the office.
Okay.
That look out to the front yard.
Does the door open in or out?
It opens in.
Inwards. Okay.
All doors open in.
It's the shadow thing. It was right there.
We need to put salt at the entryway of the door and windows.
Indeed. Then we stay in a circle of salt until 6:20 or thereabouts when it's dawn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who knows when that's going to be? And Jojo goes to look for something big and heavy that he can drag
About
and
6-ish.
block the door with.
You could drag the couch.
He'll try.
Yeah.
Wait,
roll me a
grab
force.
one of the other chairs, jam it at the door knob.
So the only chair in this room is like an armchair. You could head towards the dining room and grab a kitchen chair.
Sofa I can see.
Safer. You grab the sofa, and if you're doing it single-handedly, I need a force roll. If you're having assistance, then I don't need to roll.
Oh, I'll give a hand.
Okay. So the two of you can kind of grab an arm each and bring the sofa across the door, stopping it from opening in. At least you hope.
And you said silver, right? So salt and silver to the kitchen.
Salt, silver, and if you see red string,
John,
but I doubt that.
Grabs a salt canister because I did say I brought salt with me. It's a haunted house.
Okay. You head to the kitchen, Jojo. Is that what I heard?
Jojo's heading to the kitchen, and as John mentioned, he's got salt.
Yep.
Because he's going to haunt it out. Jojo's like, what a weirdo, and he starts walking towards the kitchen.
You enter into the kitchen, and it is, as you would expect, an old, decrepit old kitchen. You head into here, and what you see is pieces of cabinetry. You see an old wood stove here. There's a sink, a wash bin. And as you enter into the kitchen, you can't help but notice that there are two sliding, almost barn-style doors that lead out into the dining room. And in the dining room, you see a fully set table, a complete, deliciously cooked roast beef. There is some sort of pie dish. There is a plate of mashed potatoes. There is a plate of green beans. And it is all waiting for you. And it smells delicious.
Don't trust it. Nope.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
stops
You
in the
take a
door.
bite, it's gonna turn to maggot.
Hey, roast beef and beef eating. Are they taking the piss out of me being British? And I mean, it's bad enough from these two, but the house as well. I'm gonna burn you.
I mean, when you've eaten fish sticks for a couple months, it's tempting.
I mean, I assume that's why they
Fish
call her
sticks
fish
and
because of the
Eggos.
fish sticks.
Fish sticks and Eggos.
Take what you can get. And Jojo walks and he starts like rummaging through, looking for silverware in the kitchen, but constantly looking back to the
Yeah.
dining room table.
You open the drawers in there, and any all the drawers you open, it seems like all the cutlery and all of the plates are gone. They are on the table.
On the table.
yeah, he's gonna walk in.
Okay.
I quickly join him to make sure he doesn't eat
Okay.
anything.
You both walk into this room. Fish, where are you? And John, where are you?
She's standing in the front hall, in like maybe like 5 feet away from the door, like kind of like hugging herself, and she's got the light and it's pointed at the door. And
Okay,
she's,
so
like,
you're
standing
facing
there.
the door. John, where are
Yeah.
you?
He's salting. He's salting points of entry.
Okay, so far you only have the window in this room. There's a window looking out. There's a window looking to the side yard. You know there's a window in the office. There's probably other windows. You just haven't seen them yet because you haven't explored the house. But you're salting some of these entryways. Jojo and Blake, you walk into this other room. The smell of delicious cooked meal kind of overtakes your senses, and it sort of fills your head with that delightful smell. You see there are fine china and there are cutlery on the table. Whether it is silver or not, you're not entirely sure. But you do see there is cutlery, forks, spoons, knives, soup spoon. There's a candelabra complete with red candles.
Jojo grabs a knife of each setting.
Mhm.
Oh man, that food's gonna be
hungry.
hella tempting.
Oh, Jojo, don't.
So hungry.
As he turns to leave and he sees if Blake turns away, he's gonna grab something off the table food wise
Okay.
and just pocket it for now.
What do you...
I'm
Go ahead.
The beans.
I'm not going to look away. I'm there to make sure he doesn't eat anything or take anything from here.
Okay. Okay.
Besides
He's
the
gonna try and
cutlery.
sneak one then. He will
So-
try and sneak one then.
Okay, roll me a sneak.
Let's sneak. I'll take a sneak. One success.
You
Do I have-
succeed. You can roll me. We'll do a competition here. You can roll me. Investigate, Blake.
All right.
You have to get a 2 to beat him. Okay, no successes. Chris, I'll tell you this: you successfully nick something off the table. You can put it in your pocket, but you know the safest place to store food is in your mouth. So you do whatever you want with that information. As you grab a handful of beef, already pre-sliced, just sort of elegantly flopped over on its side. Very tender looking, pink in the middle. You grab a slice of this with all the knives in one hand, a slice of beef in the other hand. What are you doing?
He's gonna pretend to cough and then just consume the beef.
Great. I love that for you.
I know.
Jojo, I need you to roll me.
What was it?
I need you to roll me straight up body. This is also a trouble.
No successes. Can I use my last luck?
You may.
Reroll that. Reroll. Come on. One success.
Ooh. You
Thank goodness.
pop this in your mouth, knives in one hand. You start to take a few steps out of the kitchen, successfully dodging Blake's glances back and forth to try to track you. And you bite into this delicious roast beef, and it squelches in your mouth. And the flavor it releases is the most vile thing you've ever tasted in your life. It seems to coat your mouth, your tongue, your throat. This seems like you just ate garbage. You ate garbage that something else ate and then regurgitated. This is the most gnarly taste you've ever had. And it takes everything in you not to retch all over the floor. You can, with that success, discreetly get that out of your mouth without making a scene where you violently throw up all over the floor.
Oh, Jojo's not going to do that quietly. He might not throw up, but he's going to make a hell of a noise about that. He's going to shout, "That food is gross!" as he
What
pulls
did
it out
I
of his
tell
mouth.
you?
That was
Great, mate.
disgusting.
Now you're cursed.
At least you didn't swallow any of it, did you?
I swear all the time, dude. What are you talking about? No, it's the taste in my mouth. It's not going away.
Oh man.
Make sure you
It's
spit
like-
all of it out. Jeez.
I'm trying. I think I need to wash my mouth out with soap.
Yeah, don't use the soap from the kitchen. It's probably lye. You don't want that in your mouth.
No,
We had a fire.
Why
I
would
could
the
make him
soap
British
lie?
Army issue tea.
How old are you?
Soap tastes worse.
Just- oh no.
Soap tastes worse. Believe me, they did it in the boarding school when they were, being experimental against caning.
I don't know what you're on about. This guy talks about some really old things. Are you from the 1800s? Did you
Best
come
to
with the
bring to an
house?
1800s house and someone who's from Britain.
John is the ghost
Yeah?
the whole time. He's actually been.
Yes, that is.
He's the GM plant the entire session.
Oh yes. Moon.
When she
Jojo, while
hears,
still wincing, he's going to hand out the knives to everyone.
Okay.
when she hears Jojo coughing and making a ruckus, that's gonna kind of snap her out of her little freeze moment there, and then she's gonna run into the kitchen. Jojo, what's wrong? Whoa!
the
And she
food.
sees the table.
You see a
gross.
table. It looks like I described, except all of the food seems like it's about 80 years old. It is all rotten and disgusting, and the smell you smell is like it would have been no smell at all if it weren't for the freshly torn piece of meat off of whatever the hell that bone was, which has sort of opened up the smell of rotting flesh on this kitchen table or this dining room table.
Oh, and she's gonna.
Oh,
What did I say about eating bad stuff?
It looks great. And he looks back at it.
And you now
Does it
see
still
that
look good to
same violently rotting, disgusting food.
Oh, gee. Didn't look like that.
Just
Horrid
stick to
trope number
egos. And she's gonna
500.
swat him a little bit.
but he turned down Sunday dinner at my place. Even my mum's cooking's better than this.
I mean,
Ugh.
1800s. It's a weird time to be alive.
Okay,
Ew.
Gives fish a knife.
Well,
I
you would
suggest
have.
everyone
Dab the thing.
congregate
Yeah.
back into the living room real quick.
Well, Jojo wouldn't have survived until 1890 because he would have got the consumption. That's how you get consumption.
What? What the hell is that?
Old-timey disease.
Basically, diarrhea.
Yes, you should
Ew.
just
To
death.
death.
It ain't
80s,
Freddy.
dude.
Ew.
Basically to death. You all have possibly silver knives. There's salt all over the floor. What are you four doing?
She's
Did
gonna
you
look
s-
out the window.
Did you salt the fireplace?
Yep. You know it. Ghost
You
gonna
look
come
out the
down there.
window. You look out the window, Fish, and you see nothing.
It's gone again. Listen, she kind of says it quietly to herself. It's gonna be a long night.
Everything looks fairly
Okay.
normal out there. You see there are wrought iron fence. You see that there is a bicycle in a bush.
Oh,
You see
our
that
bikes
there
are there.
is a skateboard next to that, and there is a motorcycle on the front
Look.
the front street.
Particularly shiny and pimp one. That's a me.
Look, our bikes are back.
Don't.
Nice.
If the food was a visual trick, this can be a visual trick as well.
But yeah, but
He makes a good point.
they're trying to trick us into leaving. Why
They're
would they?
trying to trick us to go outside.
Yes, luring us from the salt barrier that they cannot cross. Them's the rules. Grandma said so.
Mhm.
Fish.
Jojo
and...
looks to fish.
Oh, good.
We gotta make a call. We either stick it out for the night or we
She growls.
Go out there.
Fish and Jojo, you hear a noise. Actually, everyone hears it, but Fish and Jojo specifically. You hear a noise coming from upstairs. It is the sound of footsteps. However, for the two of you, it is the sound of very specific footsteps, where it is step, step, tap, step, step, tap, step, step, tap.
She's like freezes and she whips around and looks at Jojo, shining the light almost like in his face.
Yep.
And then she
I hear it
shines
too.
the light up at the ceiling.
You hear it again, step, step, tap, and as you hear the step, and the tap, dust sort of trickles down.
Screw the bed. We got to get out of here. And she's gonna start
Don't
running
be
towards the door.
crazy.
I'm not
John's
sticking
best
around.
Give,
I don't know who that is.
It's him.
Fish, if you'd
And she's
like, with all your might, to roll me a force check to move that sofa out from in front of the front door.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. She is
God,
going
is she
to.
going? Is she going around me? I can't intercept.
No successes.
No successes.
like-
You see struggling to get that couch out of the way.
Jojo runs up and grabs the couch with her to pull it away.
Yep, the two of you can easily pull that out of the way. The door is freed, albeit still locked.
Hey,
Time
I'll
to
just
go,
put the
kid.
salt
Now
back
they're fighting
behind
with
me.
each other to unlock the door.
While
Do Blake and I hear anything?
while you all heard the step tap. The only people that are reacting poorly are Fish and Jojo.
Poorly? Wow. Okay.
Pretty accurately.
Yeah, we're just
The-
putting the salt
the-
line back
the-
as soon as they get out of there. They don't have
Only
any.
only Fish
they
and
don't have my
Jojo are
keys.
acting dramatically.
Yeah.
Blake, should we try and talk these guys down? You know, I fear they're
Yeah.
about to go on a parachute jump without a parachute.
Yeah. How do I use charm to try to calm everyone down?
Ooh, if you would like
we
to
team
calm
charm?
everyone down, you cannot team charm. One of you can roll lead. Only one person can roll lead.
I don't have that stat.
Okay.
I don't
I'm
either.
a
but you know
Weisenheimer. I'm
what?
not a leader.
All right, I'm gonna roll it.
Okay. You may roll.
Luck point.
You may spend a luck. Ooh. If
Oh,
you
it
do,
hates you.
I believe you do have one more luck. You only use that's your first one, I believe. Correct?
Yep.
You can roll it again.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it again.
That expends both points of luck. Ooh, okay. So you can calm them down. Whether that decides to whether they decide to stay or not is a different story. But they are not freaking out. What do you say to get both Jojo and Fish to calm down?
Look, whatever this is, it's messing with us to get us to be afraid. It's making us all see different stuff and hear different stuff.
Except
We're probably feeding it more power the more that we're afraid. So we got to try to calm down. Breathe in
That
and breathe out.
guy, that
Breathe-
guy
breathe-
does crazy
breathe-
things too.
Breathe in, breathe out.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not
All right,
afraid. And
then
she
we take
starts
him on.
fiddling with the door.
head on.
What?
Head on then, Fish. Let's do it.
Yes, face your fears.
It's a sucky fear. I don't want to deal with it. I hate that guy.
But,
He's caused us no end of grief. And Blake, you said that we're all hearing and seeing different things. We're both hearing the same thing.
You all heard that noise.
And that dust, you can hear the step, tap, and then you see the dust falling from the ceiling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're all seeing, which means
It's a
that
shared
might be the only real thing.
hallucination.
That's a big
how
word.
can
I
we
don't know
all
what it
be?
means.
How can we all think the
I
same
am in high
thing?
school.
Exactly. It's
It's an effect. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Mass hysteria, like in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I mean, we could find out why the hell he keeps doing this to us.
Who?
Maybe
Yeah,
he's
who-
maybe this is his doing. Maybe it's another trick.
Who he?
Who
If we know his true name, we know his power.
His
Do we
name's
know his actual name?
yeah. We know his name, right?
You do.
We like players do, but I don't think.
I don't think
characters
you do.
I honestly can't remember.
The dude with the cane. I don't know his name. He's a creepy.
He's from
Jojo
the loop.
shouts. Jojo shouts. Are you gonna hurry up?
Jojo. And she's fiddling with the door handle again.
Let me see here. Do you know the Muffin Man?
I come to like.
Do not tread on that salt.
I don't remember.
Well, there was the door, there was the chair locked under
It
the
was
thing.
salt first.
You
there's-
would know the ringleader, the ringmaster you saw at the carnival was announced by the carnival barker as Mr. Labile. You then saw him not in a ringmaster costume, and he did not give you a name ever since. The only name you have is the ringmaster's name. So, do with that information what you will. Are you trying to get out of the house again, Fish?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the door is unlocked. You can easily unlock it, and you locked it.
Yes,
Yeah,
trying to
she's
get
like-
away from a real
she's
fast
like-
goat on
her
a bicycle.
back
a
is
ghost
like-
on a bicycle.
Her back is to the door, so she's reaching, and she like turns the doorknob and goes to open the door.
Yeah, if you take a step forward, the door creaks open with you as you pull the door into the house.
And then she turns and looks back.
There's nothing outside. You still see your bikes?
Come on, let's go. Her bikes are right there. Screw the bet.
How close to the stairs does he sound now, Mike?
He seems to be pacing in the hallway upstairs. They hit
Can't
where the
get
stairs
past
are.
the
They
salt.
walk back towards the other side.
What's he
You
doing?
can't get past the salt that I laid on the bottom of the stairs. He is not
that's
real.
That would assume that you also put salt at the top of the stairs. 'Cause
Oh,
he could have
you-
walked down the stairs.
You have not
course I
gone
did.
back upstairs, John.
Oh, well, I did the middle step then, or as far as I could dare to go.
Sure.
What is he doing? And she's like looking up. She's like hugging the door frame, like the actual like,
Wait.
like the door.
If this person's real and he's with us, is he looking for the book?
The book
Possible,
that we can't find.
or the one that we have.
No, because if he was looking for the journal, he would have been downstairs.
Can't get
He's
down
looking-
here.
You do have the journal. You picked it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
She looks at Jojo. You want to go up there?
Chance to face him.
Wait, before we go up, I want to look at the wall at the side of the stairs and see if there's a hidden false wall to lead to stairs going down.
Okay.
There is so the wall beside the stairs has a closet door. You guys open that. That's where the duster was.
Oh, I checked the
She's-
closet. I opened the closet door, checked for like a false back or anything.
Yeah, you poke around in there. There is no false back.
Dang it!
She's gonna slowly close the door. And look at Jojo.
It creaks
Out
closed.
or up, peeps. Those are the choices. And he looks to the group. Sitting here with him pacing upstairs, I'm not keen on spending a whole night with that. So either we go up and face him, or we
He's not
We get out.
real.
The final
Then go up
corruption
there.
bar of the evening goes
Oh, no.
off, and both of your lanterns go
Fuck.
out.
then now
She
we're in total
she
darkness.
shrieks.
You are now in total darkness.
Hey, we should have got the fire going.
Yeah.
You see, you hear her fumbling with the doorknob again.
Get the door, dude. Get the door.
She's gonna open the door again.
The door creaks forward as you take a step into the room.
And she's gonna look back again, like outside.
As far as you can see, everything looks normal out there.
And she's gonna look back at Jojo. Okay. And then at Blake and John is like, "You coming?"
I'm with you, dude. They can stay here and get eaten. Or whatever he's going to do to them.
What if this is his fault?
Probably is.
What if your demon was Smythe all along? What if he did actually lick the whole death thing, but he couldn't do it to corpses?
Works for the loop.
He works for
think?
the loop now. Possibly.
I mean, I wasn't alive in the 1800s.
Right.
But did you see him when you first got here in the 1800s?
I've never met the gentleman.
Wait. I go back to one of the pictures
Mm-hmm.
that I assume is of the family.
Sure.
Grab it. Bring it back over. Did he look like this guy?
He did
She
not.
looks.
He does not look like that guy.
No.
Well, there's John's theory. I just throw the picture behind me.
The picture clatters to the ground. The glass shatters.
Can't win them all.
You hear the
So there.
you hear the footsteps stop when the glass shatters.
Think that through.
There's
Jojo
about a
lifts the
30-second gap in sound, and then the footsteps continue toward the stairs.
With the door open, do we get any kind of light from outside?
Nope. It is.
So we literally can't see anything.
It is the dead of night. The only light you see outside, so no light comes into the house. You see there's enough like moonlight outside to like add a little bit of glow to your bikes.
Okay. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can face him.
I'm with you either choice. You make it.
Face the phantom. Because you're going to have to face the real deal eventually.
Unless that is the real deal.
Hey, I dealt with my own personal fear a little while earlier. I'm feeling a little optimistic.
We'll go up
But
the
she's
stairs
gonna
then.
take her lantern and like knock it against her hand. See if it. click.
Every time you knock it, it flickers to life and then fades out.
She's gonna point it towards the stairs and keep knocking to see if she can get any kind. So you can see anything up the stairs.
There's nothing up the stairs.
Okay.
Wait, there was a candelabra in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
That had candles on it.
Correct.
We can go back in there, grab the candelabra, grab the
Grab the
grab
candelabra.
the candles.
Yep.
Candle holder.
Yes. And try to light those candles. That way we have some light.
Okay. You could.
Does he sound like he's constantly heading towards the stairs now, Mike?
Yes.
Doesn't sound like he's turning around.
Correct.
Are you guys Scooby and Shaggying out of here? Rot-row?
Get the candles. Get the candles, quick.
Okay.
Jojo's standing just in front of Fish because Fish is at the door, right?
Yes.
Jojo's standing just in front. He's still got his crowbar in his hand, and he's just standing there while the other two do what they want to do inside the creepy house.
Okay.
She's gonna reach into her bag and pull out that letter opener.
Okay. Who is going to get the candelabra?
I will,
Okay.
because I know where it was.
You sort of wave your hands in the darkness as you make your way towards the kitchen, avoiding all of the rotting food that is there, and you wrap your hands around the cold metal of the candelabra. And in the barest amount of light seeping through the slats in the sides of the windows, you see that when previously you had seen nice lit tall candles, you see the very bare nubs of candles. There is one of the 5 candles that you could probably light if you can get it to light.
Damn it. It's better than nothing. I walk back with it.
Like,
John's
hurry
just going
up.
to get a lighter out of his pocket.
Okay. You click, 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 click. No flame.
Hey, what's up with Old Faithful?
Those 18th century lighters don't work very well.
They didn't have lighters in the 18th century, my dear Jojo, you bloody boy genius.
She's gonna go and stand at the bottom of the stairs and look up.
Okay. Yeah, you look up at the stairs and you see just a vacant hole of darkness. You kind of tap again. Your light only flickers enough to cover like maybe 5 or 6 stairs. All it does is at best cast shadows, at worst make shadows move.
Is he still coming towards the stairs?
He sounds like it. What are you doing?
Come on, jerk face, let's go.
as you shout up the stairs, the footsteps stop, and you hear tap, 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 as if someone is tapping a cane on the floor above you.
He's such a big man. He's afraid of a little girl.
She
You still haven't
backs
gone up
back.
the stairs.
What's that, Jojo?
Jojo says to John, "You still haven't gone up the stairs."
So I'm looking up on my own.
She's gonna back
Trying
up.
to get this damn candle lit.
I'm not heading up there without like a proton pack and a ghost trap.
Everything you're doing, Blake, the lighter is not lighting.
She's gonna back up and grab Jojo's arm. We should just leave.
I'm with you, dude. If you want to go, we'll go.
I start going up the stairs.
You start going up the stairs. Okay.
Blake!
You have a candelabra in hand. You begin to walk up the stairs into darkness.
And a silver knife.
And an allegedly silver knife. As you begin to walk up the stairs. You walk, Jojo, you watch as you sort of slap your lantern in one hand and hold Jojo's arm with the other as Blake disappears into darkness up the stairs. Blake, you round the top of the stairs. And you see standing about halfway down the hall is a man in faded blue jeans. I've faded, you assume, because it's dark. A t-shirt, a faded blue jean jacket, long, sandy, blondish brown hair, and a pin on his right breast that says, "Where's the pork?" and a pin on his left breast that is a yellow smiley face. You hear that tap, 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 and as you look, it is the right-booted, cowboy-booted footstep of a tap, tap, as if he was waiting for you.
I start slowly backing down.
So, John, as you said, I'm coming with you. You see Blake is slowly backing down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Blake,
I got you, buddy. Come on.
Blake, come
Well,
on,
it's
we're
not a man-
going.
It's not the man with the cane.
Yep, it's whatever our own personal fear is. I'm gonna go up there and see me dad having an angle point in his face, and a couple of FBI guys or Department for Advanced Research and Technology shine a light in his face, being like, tell us what you did. You sold the secrets to the Russians.
What are you talking about? Let's go.
He's gone nuts.
Do you head upstairs, John?
Lost it.
Yep,
Blake.
I'm gonna have a peek.
John, you head upstairs. Blake, are you going back with him, or are you back down with Jojo and Fish?
I don't know how wide the stairwell is since it's an old house. There's only one way I can go.
You can pass each other. So if you want to follow him up, you can, or if you want to head back down with Fish and Jojo, where it's seemingly very safe, you may do so. You tell me where you're going.
I gotta face the fear.
Okay. You follow John up the stairs. John, you get to the top of the stairs and you see nothing.
I win.
There's nothing there. It is a blank hallway.
Nada.
And you could stay here and you could win the bet. Blake, come on.
No, and I care about this when there's no money on the line. Imagine if you kids had money, how serious I would take this.
We don't have any money. Of course.
Blake,
Come on.
John, what are you guys doing? You're being beckoned from below.
Well, I was waiting to see. If John saw his specter again.
Nope.
I'm
you
being
see
a
nothing.
supportive friend.
You see nothing. It is an empty hallway.
Do I see nothing as well?
You also see nothing. It is an empty hallway.
There's nothing up here.
I go back to where he was standing.
Okay. You stand in the same spot. Nothing happens.
I look down the floorboards. Are they loose? Like looser than the rest?
If you were to like bounce on them, they squeak, but no more than the rest of the house.
I take out the 2 pins I picked up from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I drop them there and then walk away.
Okay. Are you walking back towards the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay. They clink, clink, and sort of rattle as they spin and come to a rest. Nothing
And I
happens.
go down the stairs.
Okay. You head down the stairs, leaving John in darkness. John, what are you doing?
I'm gonna follow him back down the stairs.
Okay.
Nothing up here.
Okay.
Come on, let's go.
As soon as we step out that door, out of this line of sight, you're gonna have to face your fear. So, dig deep. You can do it.
Yep.
Our fears are in here.
Our fears
They
are on the
manifest.
property.
Yes, you've got it, John. I mean, you've got it, Blake. No
Our
wonder your
bikes are
middle
there?
name is John.
There's,
John level of smartness.
it's like
Our bikes are
15
there?
feet. We're outside.
Is JoJo's
Yeah.
skateboard there?
As far as you can see.
Jojo, you can jump in the coffin, dude. The rest of you are just going to have to hang on for... the rest of you on the push bikes are just going to have to hang on for dear life on the back.
She's gonna look
I know
at
it's-
Blake. You ready?
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Come on, guys. We're with you. You can do this.
Do it. Jojo stands at the door and sort of ready to help everyone get out, make sure everyone else gets out safely.
Yeah.
John's going to shoulder his kit bag, make
Yep.
sure he has everything.
JoJo's gonna, or sorry, there it is. Fish is gonna run to her
Yeah.
bike and grab JoJo's skateboard and toss it to him, since he'll be the last one.
Okay. Jojo, you are the last person in the house, or out of the house, rather.
Yep.
You hear, as you are coming out of the house, you are closing the door, as if wafting from up the stairs. You hear the line, "As for the end of the universe, I say, let it come as it will, in ice, fire, or darkness." And then click, the door closes as you run towards a flying skateboard that you grab as you guys skedaddle the fuck out of the Smythe house. The camera stays there and follows you guys as you sort of make your way away in terror and then back into the house where we hear the step, step, tap, step, step, tap coming from upstairs. The camera goes to the closet in the first floor where a once stiff duster stood, and it sinks beneath the floorboards where we see where is now the town's sewer system, and there is a series of pipes, and one of them drips, bloop, 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 and you see that it lands on a much newer pipe, given the current age of the sewer system here, and from that, where it drops, there is a corroded strip of rust where this water was dripping down, and from it, a small trickle of steam comes out. Labeled on the side of the pipe, we see the words DART, followed by kinetically regulated unit with extreme response. That is where we end this episode of Tales from the Loop.
Shit.
You want to
Kinetically
kinetically regulated unit with extreme response.
Actually, surely cowards don't get to ride in the coffin, so you two are.
She's on her
Oh,
bike, man. Like she tossed JoJo his skateboard like it's like their practice getaway.
Technically, Jojo was the last one out of the house, so he won the bet.
We didn't stay the whole night.
No, the bet was the whole night.
That's
Until
true.
dawn.
That's true.
The last one in? One?
The last one
No.
out. So that is where we will wrap up this this episode of our Tales from the Loop one-shots. This one was called Double Dog Dare. Let's go around, do our introductions, get the hell out of here, do our after show, available for you guys over on Patreon, probably tomorrow. So if you guys want to see that, join us over on the Patreon, link for that down below. While you're down there, join us over on the Discord, be a part of the community, be a part of the conversation. For now, let's do our outros and get the hell out of here. We'll start with our newest member of the streams. We'll start with El Profo. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
You find me at El Profo on Twitter, talking about mainly Tales from the Loop things in the unMadeGaming Discord. And I'm, writing a spot of Atari Twilight tie-in fiction. Will there be Glenbrook tie-in fan fiction? Let's find out.
Alrighty. Let's go to an old-timey patron here. Red Oak Shield Virus, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
I'm the Red Oak Shield Virus. You can find me from time to time when I don't have to work, watching the streams, or if I'm very lucky, not on a Saturday, here on a Patreon one-shot. I come every once a year. I come on a shot.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas.
Your yearly visit.
Yep. Let's jump over to G. Who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
Hi, I'm G, the Lightning Invoker on Twitch and in the Discord. That's where you'll find me mostly modding for the streams during the week and modding for Nomadic, for Gnome Brew. And you can follow me on Twitter at Lightning Staz09.
Alrighty.
And you'll see me in soon for the Patreon campaign.
That's true. And last but not least, Chris, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
Last and definitely least, because these people are all fantastic. Nowhere. I can't be found anywhere but the Discord, and just about there. And the Rise campaign in a period of time.
In a period of time, exactly.
Yep.
Perfect. With that, we're out of here. We will see you guys next month for more one-shots, I think. If not Christmas. Maybe a Christmas one-shot. We'll see. We'll see how much the time jump is. We will see you next time for more Patreon one-shots. If you guys want that after show, check it out over on Patreon at the $5 tier. I can't suggest it enough. But for now, we're out of here. Stick around, though. There's going to be another show right after this. So for now, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.